let's be real for a second. We are drowning in relationship advice. Most of it sounds nice on a greeting card, but it's completely useless when things get messy. So today, we're going to toss out the cliches and dig into what the psychology of connection actually tells us about what works.
You know this one, right? It's like the #1 rule we're all taught. It sounds so simple, so wise. But what if it's not just kind of unhelpful? What if it's actually doing more harm than good?
And yeah, it really is. Think about it. When you try to force a big emotional conversation at 1 in the morning, you're not at your best. You're exhausted. You're cranky. That's not a recipe for resolution. It's a recipe for saying something you'll regret.
Look, the truth is that real relationships are messy. They're not a movie. Thriving isn't about some fairy tale ending. It's about building practical habits that acknowledge we're human. We get tired. We get emotional. We need tools that work for real life, not a rom-com script.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to break down 9 brutally effective, sometimes pretty counterintuitive, and sometimes just plain weird hacks that are grounded in actual psychology and can genuinely help a relationship work.
First up, let's talk about the big one, conflict. The goal here is not to stop fighting. That's impossible. The goal is to completely change what a fight is. It's about shifting the whole game from a battle into a team project.
And here it is, hack number 1. This is maybe the most powerful shift you can ever make. Our gut instinct in a fight is to see it as you versus me, right? But the hack is to consciously stop and reframe it, to see it as us versus the problem. All of a sudden, you're not enemies. You're on the same team, trying to solve something together. That changes everything.
Which leads right into hack number 2. Change your goal. Our ego desperately wants to be understood. It wants to make its point. It wants to win. But winning means your partner has to lose, and that's a terrible dynamic. So forget winning. Your new goal is just to make your partner feel heard. That's it. Validation has to come before you can solve anything. Once a person feels truly heard, their defenses just melt away. And that's when you can actually start making progress.
Okay, so you've got this new collaborative mindset. Awesome. But how does that actually change the way you talk day to day? That brings us to our next set of hacks, some really practical tools for better, more connected conversations.
Hack number 3 is going to sound strange, have more small talk. I know, we're always told to go deep, but the legendary researcher John Gottman found the exact opposite. He discovered that the little, boring, mundane details of your partner's day are the actual building blocks of intimacy. Talking about the annoying coworker or the funny thing that happened at the store, that's how you say, I'm interested in the real texture of your life, not just the highlights.
Now, hack number 4 is so simple, but it is a total game changer. Just stop making your partner guess what you need. Before you launch into a story about your awful day, just lead with a simple instruction. Hey, can I just vent for a minute? I don't need solutions. Or, I'm stuck on this problem, can I get your advice? It takes 2 seconds and prevents so much frustration and miscommunication. Hack number 5 is a little more next level. It's about learning to speak to the subtext. You know, a lot of the time, the words someone is saying aren't the real story. The real story is the feeling hiding underneath the words. So if your partner is complaining about their boss, maybe the subtext is, I feel so disrespected and powerless. Instead of trying to fix the boss problem, speak to that feeling. Saying something like, wow, that sounds like you felt totally invalidated, creates a connection that's so much deeper.
All right, I did promise you some weird ones, and this one definitely fits the bill. It's so strange, you're going to think there's no way it could work, but the science behind it is actually pretty wild.
Okay, get ready for hack number 6, show your hands. Seriously, especially when a conversation is getting tense. It turns out our brains are hardwired from our caveman days to check people's hands first. It's a subconscious threat assessment. If your hands are hidden, stuffed in your pockets, behind your back, it can actually trigger a tiny little fear response in your partner's brain. So, just keeping your hands visible and relaxed on a table or on your lap, it's a powerful, nonverbal signal that says, I'm not a threat. We're safe. It's subtle, but it's real. And for our last section, we're diving into 3 hacks that basically fly in the face of most popular advice. These are about embracing some uncomfortable but really powerful truths about what makes love last.
And we've come full circle to hack number 7. Not only is it okay to go to bed angry, sometimes it is the most loving, most productive thing you can do. Your ability to regulate your emotions absolutely tanks when you're tired. You're not a good problem solver at 1 a.m. Calling a timeout to get some sleep isn't surrender. It's a smart, strategic move that says, this is important and I want to solve it when we're both at our best.
Now, hack number 8. I know how this sounds. Your partner should intimidate you. But hold on, we're not talking about fear, not at all. We're talking about being with someone who challenges you, who inspires you to be a better version of yourself. It's about being a little bit in awe of their intelligence or their compassion or their ambition. That kind of healthy intimidation is a catalyst for your own growth. If your partner only ever makes you feel comfortable, you might not be growing.
And our final hack, number 9, is about completely rejecting that old idea that your partner completes you. That idea describes codependency. Two incomplete people leaning on each other to feel whole. A truly healthy relationship is built on interdependency. That's where two whole, independent people choose to build a life together. Your partner should complement your life, not be the missing piece of your identity.
So let's just pull all this together and talk about what the real work of love looks like when you get past all the fairy tales.
At the end of the day, a lasting, loving relationship isn't about the huge romantic gestures. It's not the trip to Paris. It's forged in thousands of tiny, ordinary moments. It's built by using smart, practical, and sometimes weird tools to navigate the beautiful, messy reality of just being two humans trying to make it work together.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Forget all the cliché stuff you've heard your whole life. What's the one piece of strange, counterintuitive, but totally effective advice that has actually worked for you? Because that's usually where the real gold is.